So I'm 14 years old now, never done a workout, only, the school stuff. And I was very skinny. I was like 45 kilos. I was already my height. I didn't grow much after that. But I saw that, the 90 degrees push-up. I lost my mind. Then I saw the planche. Then I lost my mind even further. And those two movements caught me. I was like, I need to be able to do that. The 90 degrees push-up I got like 2-3 years later. And then the planche 6 years later, which was true. It was basically because I didn't know what I was doing. There weren't enough resources online, and I was just doing random stuff. But those are still two movements I love doing. They're so fun to do. They're so challenging, and I hope to keep on doing them until I die, hopefully. You're going to have a very low capacity of doing skill work, which is fine. But once you get better, and this takes years, okay? This is not something that happens in months, because connective tissue integrity can take 6 to 12 weeks until it actually adapts to a new stressor in your body. That's a long time. Whereas muscles can take a few weeks, and then you're in. You can move to the next weight. Not with connective tissue. So be aware of that. It takes years and years and years. And then you can maybe become someone crazy like Viktor Kamenov, who does 40 full planches in one session. And then after the 6th year, I started doing a more smarter approach. I started doing periodization, where I would be doing mass cycle, then strength cycle, and then even a skill cycle where I specifically train skills. I did that for like 2 more years. It worked pretty well. And now in the last 2 years, I'm experimenting with something different. The last 4 years, before these last 2 years, I was focused more on science-based training. And now I'm trying to kind of combine that with the experience that I've built as an athlete. There are certain things I do as an athlete that I cannot explain why it works, but I have a gut feeling it works. And I'm trying to kind of go with the gut feeling now the last 2 years to see if I'm right. Because chances are I am right. So you see a lot of really good athletes just doing what they think is the best, and they actually succeed. And we cannot explain why they're good until a few years later, where we finally do research on what they're doing, and we're like, oh shit, that makes sense. So that's why Usain Bolt is doing what he does, and it makes sense. And I think there's a few practices that I have, and I see a lot of other 10-plussers or people who are really strong do the same without it being actually expressed anywhere. And when I'm not progressing, and I do that a few times in a row, I know, okay, it's time to deload, which is another way of progressing. Now I get to finally rest, let my body recover from the fatigue, and then the week after, we're going to start this all over again. We're going to feel better, we're going to feel more motivated, we're going to do more. So it's always some sort of progress.